Hey, what's up, everybody? So I have Love with me, and for those who do not know, she's an accounting professor in the Northeast. I won't say which college, and she started trading with our platform probably a year ago. Had crazy ups and downs, and now mostly just ups. It's like up 4 days, down a day, up 4 days, down a day. And here's what she does: when she has an account with $1,000, she takes it up to five, six, 7,000. Okay, sometimes it happens pretty quickly, and then she takes out money and she starts again. That way, when she's wrong, I didn't say if she's wrong, because eventually we're all incorrect. So Love's with me. I'm going to bring up some stories real quick that are happening in the news, and then we're going to talk about how Love trades and what she's looking at today, what I'm looking at today, and then hopefully we'll answer some questions. So if you guys have questions, please start asking them. Producer price index came out this morning. It's up 11.2%, which is like the most in I think 30 or 40 years. Point was, the Dow futures were up 200 points. Then they went negative 40 points. Now I think they're actually around flat. So why are they going to stay flat? We'll skip some of the other stories because energy and oil is going to do well today. Airlines came out. Delta, which was estimated to have like 8.6 billion in revenue, had like 9.7 billion. They beat top line by a full billion, which is like 15% higher. And they mentioned last month was their best month ever as far as bookings go. Best month in the history of Delta was last month. Most bookings, they're raising their prices, as we all know, because prices of airline tickets are going up, yet it's their best month. Carnival said the same thing 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I think there are some Dow stocks that will do quite well. And just one other point, I already made it to Discord, and this is why China is going down. So I'm kind of mixed because U.S. market seems to be stable a little. China is going down because right now China is suffering from another COVID, basically outbreak. They shut down Shanghai, 26 million people. I saw a film from there last night, or video from there, and basically all the lights are off. You turn on your apartment light and do like cowbells or music. That was them. Basically, they're uprising because here's the thing: if you get caught in China on the street and you're not supposed to, arrested. If you get asked in China to take a COVID test and you decline, arrested. If you go into a Chinese pharmacy and you even buy aspirin, you go on a special list. They come to your house and they will test you. If you decline to be tested, arrested. So, I mean, I cannot believe the Chinese economy is still doing as well as they are. Okay, that's what I like to look at, the yang. And I'm just going to show you a picture real quick. I don't know if I can bring it up. Let's see. Oh, there it is. And then I'm going to let Love tell us what she likes because I know everybody hates when I talk. But here's the yang. So here's what I'm seeing. 1 month. What are you seeing? Inflow, 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 light volume, inflow. Light volume is why it's not moving. But the Chinese market has a big gap to fill, up to $43 on this reverse 3 ETF. So I'm saying right now it's probably at like 1620 pre-market, 1636. The point is it could fill a gap all the way here if the Chinese market tanks, which it potentially could. I'm not looking for that. I'm just looking for the Chinese market to give back just a little bit. So that's what I'm looking for. Love, what are you looking for?
What am I looking for? So I always put together my my watch list after market and then pre-market. Some of the things I was looking at are already running, which is like oil. I'm gonna pull up my watch list right now.
If you want me to pull up any charts, just let me know.
So some of the things that I'm looking at, Procter & Gamble, I was looking at to actually buy puts somewhere in May because I think that it is just a little exhausted. I'm hoping that it jumps back up to 160 to get in at 155.
Okay, well, let's show everybody what you're talking about. Let's just not, yeah, that's much better. Let me bring up the chart so everybody can see it now, just to show you. Okay, so I brought up the 1 month chart. It's sitting at 159 basically. There has been some outflow, but volume's been pretty light since mid-March, I guess. And the area was about 150. And again, we are 159 right now. So what are you looking for as far as entry on that?
Well, I'm hoping for yesterday's high.
Okay, that's a very good point. So you're looking at, when you say what would be a good entry, you'd said to yourself, if I could have gotten at yesterday's high, that would be a good entry. So for you today, it makes the same sense. And I'm going to use an example. I have XLE calls that I purchased with unsettled money yesterday. right before market close because I thought it looked tasty. And everybody knows I love oil, and I think oil is undervalued, even at $102 a barrel on the books of these oil companies. Oil is probably valued at about $45 a barrel. So when they come out with earnings, they're going to crush it. So I'm always in the XLE anytime it dips. Anyway, so yeah.
So just to list off some of the things I'm looking at. On my watch list for today, I have Procter & Gamble, Oxy, which is OXY. I have Facebook, AMD, Cost, and CVX. And then I'm also watching Amazon.
Okay, well, let's say which direction you're going with each of those, because I know oil you're probably going up. Facebook, I think you're probably going down with, right? Puts?
So it depends.
Okay.
It really depends on what today looks like and after this week. So these are things that I'm actually looking at to get in for like May. So
okay, so then you're bullish these stocks.
Well, it depends on what today does, right? Because
okay, here, let's go. I'll tell you what today's going to do, okay? Because there are some stocks today that are not going to go down. So I believe Carnival, Delta, probably casinos will go up. Airlines, probably the jet ETF will go up. Oil will probably go up. Oil companies, energy companies probably going up. So there is going to be some upward pressure on the market. Let's remember yesterday before we dipped, which I said we would, the Dow was up 300 points. So it went from 300 up to, and it was up 200 pre-market. So a lot of people are saying, and it was funny, Joe Kernan was on TV, CNBC, and he comes on and pre-market literally 30 minutes ago, the Dow was up 200. And he goes, and you got the Dow up 47. Weren't we just up 200 like 15 minutes ago? What happened? And he looks to the guy next to him. And the guy next to him's like this. He goes, all right, well, I don't know, but the Dow was up. So, I mean, these analysts have no clue. So what do you think is going to happen in the market today? Because we spoke about, I get what you're saying. You have certain positions. If it's a bull market, you'll think it's going up. If it's a bear market, you're looking for AMD to sell off more.
So here's the deal. Like, I know that I can be a contrarian, like you can be a contrarian, but I can be a contrarian to the contrarian. So I'm actually, if oil has a good day, if Facebook has a bad day, I'm buying the opposite, right? So if oil goes up too fast to me, like yesterday, CVX went up to 172, I bought puts, right? And it ended down 169. So when I say depending on what today does, if what's on my watch list has a bullish day, I'm likely to buy the opposite direction.
Okay.
I want to deal. I don't want to chase. I don't want, if oil's already up this much pre-market, I'm going to look and be patient and try to see where the top is.
Okay, gotcha. So let's say Amazon takes a big dip because you're watching Amazon and big tech's been beaten up. So let's say Amazon takes a big dip at open.
That'd be awesome.
You looking? You're what?
So yesterday I was able to grow my account 90%. And the way that I did that is that I was carrying meme stocks overnight and I sold in the morning when they rock, But then at that point, when everything was looking so great, I bought Amazon puts. And, that was a good play. And so because that account I was using, like a lot of people, I was using Robinhood, and I've got PDT on that one, so I can't trade too much. And so, like, a lot of people have these type of restrictions, and so I don't scalp. I still trade, so I have to be really cautious about what I get into and make sure it's the right play. And so that's why I'm just being patient, because there's some things I have to sell before I get into anything else. And one of the things that I'll probably sell this morning is an Amazon put because I still have that in my account.
Yes. And I know why you have it in your account now. So this is great because Love, myself, and Romeo, another member, and there were maybe one or two other members, were talking yesterday. And Love accused me of being paper-handed or scissor-handed because I had Tesla puts, SPY puts, and I was correct on the market, and yet I didn't kill it yesterday. I had a very good day. But here's the funny thing. We were all talking, how come Love is so just, rock tight? And now I get it. Sometimes you just have to hold overnight. So you kind of just are forced into holding overnight and you have these ridiculous gains sometimes. So this is a great lesson because a lot of us don't give ourselves enough chance to be right.
Though I can't pick something and just hope. That means if I'm getting it and I know I have to keep it, not only does my entry have to be solid, but I have to be looking at trends for at least a day or two. I can't look at what happens intra-market and hope that it continues. I have to be super super careful about what I get in. If I know I can only like do one day trade, or I only have like 2 left or something like that. And so with Amazon, I bought time. So it wasn't
Right.
something that I had, if I was wrong, I had to sell tomorrow or anything like that. I bought time. But back to your paper hands though, sir.
Yeah. Paper
So
hands.
you need a new rule, right? Because you're always early, right? You're never like, you rarely ever like wrong. You're always early. And so
Yes.
because you're always early and you know it, you have to like get like, you need a 5-minute rule for yourself.
Well, that's the thing. Here's what I've been doing lately, and I haven't been telling anybody, and we're only into Wednesday, and I only started it on Thursday of last week. But when I'm going in, instead of my first position being like 40 contracts, I'm now buying one contract.
Yeah,
And everybody loves to know when I'm down 12% or 10%,
because that's when you
because that seems to be the norm. I buy something, and literally
know.
the worst I'm doing is down 12% on whatever position, UVX, XLE, doesn't, whatever it is. And then I go in with like 40 or 50 contracts. It's much better
See,
these
that's
days.
only one part of the rule though, because you always sell too early.
I
Like
sell
there's
too
2
early as
parts.
well. I do.
Yes. And
I do.
so
I get excited. I
no,
get excited. And the
no,
whole thing
no.
is, here's my problem. I go to pick up my girls at like 2:30 p.m.
Every day.
The best trading, the best, most active trading. So you could stay out of the market for the full day. And if you trade from like 2:30 to 4 p.m., you could see the most movement, the biggest movement, the easiest direction call. And yeah, so I'm gonna actually try that. I started not trading at 9:30 anymore because I was terrible at that.
Yeah, no. Literally, you should have a rule where you watch until 1.
Yeah,
You
that would
can't
be
buy
good for
until
me.
1.
So
But
let's talk about the SPY real quick. Let
okay.
me pull up the SPY and we can talk about what we think could happen today, because a lot of people are curious what's going to happen in the market. And I'm looking at pre-market and a lot of it's mixed. So let's see if we pull it up this way. Oh, there it is. Okay. So pre-market, the SPY is at 437.75. Let's just look at the 5-day chart. Okay, that should show people 1 month. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, I mean, 1 month is good. It's just showing a lot of outflow and people want to be positive. So let's look at the 5-day chart, because the 1 month shows a lot of outflow. What do you think today? You think we're following this momentum down for the last 3 days and we're going to drop a little lower like we did before close yesterday?
This is just a guess, but
It's always just a guess.
right?
Yep.
I think we do go back to and see 440, 441 today.
Okay, so you think we could go higher. Let me just go to the chart and show everybody. Okay, so 441 would be right around here, which wouldn't be, I mean, a bad guess, because look, 95% of the time you're spending it above that number in the last 5 days. Now, if we go to the 1 month, you will see the SPY's had outflow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like literally 8 out of the last 9 days. The SPY's had outflow. So it would not surprise me, because you mentioned you're a contrarian sometimes, and I'm a contrarian. I actually think the market's going higher today. I think the numbers that we were at yesterday after CPI came out, where the Dow was up 300, then we dropped. Dow futures were up 200, then we dropped. I think the market's going to open strong. That's what I think.
Yeah, I do expect some volatility, only because we have OPEX. It's a shortened week. Nothing's going to stay, which all that tells me is that, 1, I need to make sure I watch first. And 2, unlike you, if I'm sure about my position, I'm not going to paper hand it. I might like sell like increments out, but I'm not going to paper hand because I'm sure about the market. And then take profit often.
Okay. Listen, I'm going to read some questions of some people that people have real quick, and we'll see if we can answer them. Oh, there you go. So looking at ATER. I mean, I know that's kind of like a meme stock that they want to short. So let's look at ATE. Oops, AT.
So the thing about that one is, okay, so I would probably look for puts like a month out, but at the same time, I'm not sure it's done running just yet. I'm not positive about that, because they're kind of building the following and they want
Oh
to,
yeah, I would not short this at all right
you know
now,
what I mean? So
because you're looking at the green arrows, the inflow. They're 2 times larger than the outflow, and the outflow days, it's very minimal. So it looks like it has good buying support, that when they decide they're going to buy for the day, it's going to push higher.
Yeah, so I would wait because like I
Mhm.
said, just like the GME, the AMC people right now, they're pretty energized. Like they had a great day yesterday. And so
Mhm.
I wouldn't buy right now at all. Even if
Okay.
you are thinking of puts, the algos are suggesting it is going to go back down,
Right.
but the hedge funds are going to let them push it up first.
Yeah. And there's another similar stock that I just wanted to talk about because I was early on this one as well, which was VERU. Okay. So, God, it doesn't even look good on the screen, does there? Okay. So here we go. Here's the 1 month. And I was like, yeah, you should definitely sell this one. But I said it the day that it was going up. So I mentioned that at like 11:20 something. It went all the way as high as 13. But this is what tends to happen in these kind of stocks. Huge inflow, next day's outflow. It's the people selling. So if today's an inflow day for this one, it'll probably go past 14. And I hate stocks like this that actually show nothing. They're completely meme stocks because the market cap's 801 million. But the point is, this stock could easily go to 14 if the markets turn green today. So if people are looking for opportunity, and this stock has options because I actually played some put options that I made 50% on yesterday. So
So
okay, let's
you
see the
never
Twitter
want to get
questions.
caught in the middle of a meme stock run. You always want
Mhm.
to be at the end
Oh
of it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so wait, definitely wait.
Hmm.
So what
All
about
right, Russ would like to know what your thoughts are with Twitter. Let's just mention that Elon stepped down from the board of directors, which
but we
now
all think
allows
this is
him.
a master plan for that one though, right?
Yeah, he
Like
probably planned this whole thing out. He probably did
he
it to
wants to
stir
buy
up some.
more than
Yeah.
the actual like yeah. So
What do the algos say about that? Because I can tell you what Wall Street's saying about that. The whisper between some of my friends that manage a lot of money is they're going into Twitter. They're in Twitter. They took a position yesterday. They're taking a position today. They're buying it down to $43.50, all the way up to $45.50. And they believe the stock will be $72, if not a little more, when there's a nice type of shakeup. So they're either going to make some announcements the upcoming months, or maybe they'll get rid of the CEO and some other people and shake up in the executive offices. But my whisper on the street says $72. So
I
I
would
don't
be
have a
buying on
position.
Twitter for sure. I would I'd probably be start to buy like out of the money calls for 2 months down the road or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, more than 2 months. You know why? Midterm elections are coming up. When's that? This year, right?
Yeah.
So midterm elections, does that happen? That's got to happen in November, right? Is that when all the elections happen, or do we have midterm elections in like the summertime? I don't know.
I think special elections can happen at any time, but like midterm, I think
Probably
November.
November, right?
I think so.
Okay. Well, yeah, she's an accounting professor. We're not history, geography, any of that.
Well, yeah.
Oh, here's a good one. Mr. Bacon, Facebook. So there was a Meta announcement. Let me just tell you. So I liked Meta or Facebook at 185. It went up to 230. A lot of institutions were like, hey, we love Meta. Price target 280. Look where it is this morning at 212. So institutions are giving this shit out at $232. I remember Citi, Morgan Stanley. Now it's 212. It might be more attractive, but I'm going to make a Meta announcement. But you answer what you think of Meta.
Oh, I'm a bull right now. I'm buying in the money and out of the money calls for at least 4 weeks out for this one. Yeah.
Yep. So Meta's leading big tech. So as big tech struggles, Meta will struggle.
Yeah.
Could it go back to 202? Yes. But in 4 months, will it probably be $280? Probably. So Meta announced plans to take a nearly 50% cut on NFT sales in its Meta universe, in its metaverse. So I guess they were taking a lot of money from people that would probably sponsor these NFTs on their site or in their metaverse. And I guess they're taking a smaller cut, which probably would be good for the company, I'm thinking.
But yeah, Facebook's on sale today. I probably will buy.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, but I'm just warning you the same way you warned me. So Love and I were talking about Tesla options, and I bought some puts yesterday at $1,001. And I said, you know what, it's probably going to run up to 1,005. And she's like, the algo says it can run up to like 1,009 or 1,015. So anybody that doesn't use an extra source to tell you how the flow's going and algorithms and who's buying, because generally big money's right, but not always.
right.
Question for you.
Sure. So how do I know when to get out? I get out too early. So I do
Christine
go
gets
in
out early, like me.
when I do have a price target whenever I get into something, right? So I have an idea of saying, okay, I would like If I think Facebook's going to go up X amount of dollars in this amount of time, right? But I always take money on a run, no matter what, right? And so if like yesterday, Amazon went down like over $60 and went negative. So I had to take money, even though my options didn't expire for a week. So it is kind of knowing the market, knowing the trend of the market. So when Matt puts out those videos, like, I think it's going to go down and this is why, I think it's going to go up at the end of the day, that gives you like this macro view of, okay, I think I know what the trend is. Is it with my stock or is it contrary to it? If it's contrary to it, I'm probably taking profit right now. If it's not, then I'm watching to see if I'm comfortable with whatever level, right? So I'm like, hey, I made $100 in 10 minutes. I'm out, right? Or it's like, no, I think I can make at least $500 on this. I'm gonna stay, right? And so I do tend to have more. The more research I do before I get in, the more diamond handed I am. So if I'm sure, if I'm confident, I'm probably going to hold it longer. If I'm not confident, like the market's just been beating me up, I'm taking every penny I can get, right? And so it's up to you what your risk level is. But let's say if your account is small or you've lost a lot over time. Let's say you went from $25,000 to like 120 right now. You have to take profit often. That's the only way to build a small account. You can't wait for home runs because it's not going to happen for a small account, right? And so what you have to do is you have to say, if you make $10 or $12, that's 10% in one day. Take it. I don't care if it's $2.12, take it until you build it up to a certain amount where you can be like you have 500 now, then now you can say, okay, I can try to make $50 on a play. But if you've been beaten up or you have a small account, you take profit like as soon as you get it, like literally take it.
I've got one other suggestion. Here's what I do sometimes. I base it on the timing of the market. So I know the market tends to peak or dip at like 10:14 a.m., around 11 a.m., and then again around like 3:30 p.m.
Yeah.
So I'll either hold or sell right around those times because I think I get the best value. Also, you can follow the SPY. So we speak about on the platform different levels of the SPY. 436, 440, 444, 448. It goes up every $4. The point is, if it's between and like the SPY is at let's say 442 on its way down, and you have puts, you say to yourself, okay, well the SPY, the next support will be 440. So the market is likely to continue down. So I'm not going to sell my Amazon puts until I see some resistance on the SPY. Because when the SPY bounces, your Amazon's likely to bounce. But I have been guilty on that. I've been like, I see the market going down, I'm going to sell my puts and secure profit, even though I tell myself if I'm right and it's every 4 points, the SPY should drop more.
That's a good point because it is all about doing your research. Because Matt just spat out a lot of numbers, but you're asking yourself, how do you know those are the levels, or how do you know all these things? Well, when we say know your stock first, that's the type of research you do. You need to look at your stock and say, in the day, does it perform better in the morning or the evening? Does it trade with the SPY or against the SPY? Those are the type of things that you learn first so that when you're in it, you know that. So you're like, I know the stock is better to trade after 1 p.m., right? These are the type of questions you should be asking yourself and finding out before you get into an option. That way, when you get into it, you have a sense of confidence of, I know how this trends, right? So those are the points. Like, you may not know the SPY moves within like $4 intervals. Well, if you don't, then you need to learn that, right? Go out and find out.
You might want to sell your Amazon, get your Amazon puts ready, because I actually think Amazon might spike up
I
and
was
open.
expecting it to go like up, so that's what I was thinking.
It's the market's a little flipping, and I do think I might be right, which means the Dow probably might go up 200 points. Tech might go up 140 today. Amazon is 0.11 higher, $3 higher, and you have puts, right?
Yeah, but they're at 100% right now. So
no, but I'm just so you're still gonna hold them, you think?
No, I'm just gonna sell it no matter what it is in the morning. Right?
Okay. Well, I just wanted to update you, and when I look at it, when I zoom in, you can see all the green. So they're definitely buying up the dip under 3,000.
Go down to more. I had to hold it because I only had one day trade.
Yeah, no, I know, but that's sometimes it even works out in your favor. Like I told everybody, so 2 plays that I'm looking at today. Well, two plays I'm looking at today. I mentioned one to Discord yesterday is Micron, MU. Okay. Now, if I was going to be a bull, I would be a bull for the following reasons. It's a semiconductor stock. Semiconductor stocks are beat up. The U.S. passed a semiconductor bill not too long ago. Micron Technology has a forward PE in the $7 range, meaning it's priced to buy. And then
I have
here's the trick.
AMD, by the way.
What?
I said I have AMD calls.
Okay, but I don't know what the PE is on AMD. I know the PE. I'll check it out. I'll check it. But here's the other whisper on the street. I know a lot of my friends in institutions. They're not only heavily into Micron, but they're adding a ton more because it has limited downside because the forward PE is 7 and change. And if they actually beat on earnings, that would push the PE down to like probably 5, which would just be a complete steal.
So when is earnings? So how long would you have to hold that?
Oh, I have no clue, but I know that they're holding Micron probably for like a big 40 or 50%. I mean, they're thinking about over 100, and it was $70 the other day. I believe it's 72 this morning.
So
I would not pay more.
Out? Like, you think that they're like, if you bought options, like people watching this, how, like, if they bought now, how long would they have to?
I would go out May 20th.
May 20th.
Well, I'm just going to look at the Micron chart right now. Okay, so yeah, right now it's 72.45. That's too expensive for me. I look at yesterday's low at 71.57. So to me, that would be good entry off of Love's advice. Look at yesterday's low or high of your stock and determine your exit point. So my point earlier is I have XLE energy options going forward. My exit point, even though I think it should go up, is going to be yesterday's high, which would make my options probably worth 80% more this morning. My order's already in. So if it does sell, I guess we'll know on market open.
Romeo would say, like, if you're trading in the day, like, look at the pre-market high and low, right? So it kind of applies to yesterday's high and low too, which is why I think the SPY is probably going to go up, because I looked at the pre-market low and high, and it was way higher in pre-market. So that tells me if I had to choose, I would choose it's going up. So that's,
and again, I agree with you, but there are counter stories, like everything that's going on in China, and there's bottlenecking. But then China came out with a report, and they said their numbers for March, their exports were actually up 25%. And I'm like, really? Because all I heard about is lockdowns. However, China tends to lie about things. So, you know, we never really believe them. Let's just see if we have any other questions. So what's going to happen with Twitter? Yeah, someone's going to take it over. Let's just see if anything else. Everybody loves love. Yeah, that's no doubt. Oh, Mara's on a watch list.
Did they miss that?
Oh, here we go. I missed this question. Yeah, so I made an announcement yesterday. I was watching Kathy talk or be interviewed because somebody came out and Morningstar came out and they downgraded Kathy, and they said she doesn't have a succession plan. And she was like, we're an innovator. We're going to return 50% cumulatively each of the next 5 years going out. And you people don't understand true valuations. And you know what? We use Twitter because she was talking about Twitter as well. And we're going to drop a report on Tesla in a day or two, and you guys will see our valuation. And we do that to be transparent so people can combat us and say, hey, you're wrong about this. So, yeah. So they're going to be dropping a report on Tesla in a day or two. That's definitely bullish. Okay, I know people like Tesla.
I wanted to get Tesla calls, but every call I looked at that had good volume, the theta and the delta were out of whack. Like the theta was bigger than the delta. It was like, it was crazy. So I'm waiting a little bit more until the options prices come into like.
Oh yeah, especially listen, they're selling this morning. So if there is a dip at open and Tesla's at 982 right now, you look at yesterday's low at 973. I think if Tesla drops at open, I would look to get in around 962, which is a crazy number. It would be off over what? Over like 2%. It would be down $24 today. It's only down 5 pre-market. So yeah, I guess that would be a little aggressive. But again, we never want to overpay. And I use that if I go back a full month. I mean, Tesla has support, which is crazy. So I would be surprised if it goes down there, but that would be a good entry for me. I mean, I'm surprised it's down pre-market. I thought everybody loves Tesla.
I mean, I think it's a fake out. Just like Amazon's down $11 right now. I think that within
it's down now?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's the first 15 minutes, it's probably going to reverse, right?
Oh yeah. So here's what's going to happen at market open. There's going to be a huge dip at open because it's happening in about a minute. Then it's going to spike within the first minute. Then it's going to dip 2 minutes later, and then it's going to spike 2 minutes later. So that's how the market opens. Love, Thank you for joining me today. We'll let everybody get to the market and we'll get there too.
Bye,
Have
you
a good
guys.
one, everybody.
See ya. Yes, let's kill it.
Yeah, indeed.